podcast. The Regents podcast. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Regents podcast.
Hey. A lot of that.
Does something look different?
It should.
Hi.
Hi, we're here from the studio.
Yes, we are recording from
undisclosed
private
location.
studio location that we
Yes.
have been able to acquire.
Absolutely. Regents
also- this
podcast
is-
on the grow.
On the grow.
On the grow.
Okay, Mama Obama. We're just creating phrases over here. Not her, obviously. Guys, watch the show.
Yeah.
Listen to the podcast.
Right.
Can I tell you, I posted about the Mama Obama thing,
Mm-hmm.
and no one engaged with it on my Instagram. I think something's off with the internet.
Something's off.
Something's not
it
right.
has to be
Yeah,
off
something's not
because
right with
it
the
is
internet.
too lit. I'm like,
We're
5
posting.
views.
Yeah, no, we're posting real.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
something. You know what? I did have a friend message me on TikTok and say the same thing.
Say
She
what?
was like, something's wrong. Like,
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
getting views on my content. So
okay.
maybe TikTok is like having a personal revolt or something. Or
Could be or something. with
TikTok,
that
if you're
whole-
listening, get it together.
fix it.
Get it together, sis. Okay. Welcome back to the Regents
Welcome.
podcast. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Ellyn.
And I'm Aja.
And we are in the same room.
we're in the
again.
same front.
We're in the same place.
Same place.
No
And what's our tagline? I think this time we can actually
We could do it together.
Okay. In sync.
Okay. Ready? Let's try to do it, and then we can see if we got it right.
Okay.
We
are.
I say we're. And you
Oh,
we
all
are.
right.
Okay, so we are. No, okay. We are two best friends
who quit our jobs to pursue our passions. There we go.
Amazing. Okay, now let's sing it.
We are two best friends who quit
Quit
our jobs to pursue our passions.
Da, 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 da. I love how we both just knew it. We knew.
Just go
Two
with
best
it.
friends who quit our jobs
Yes.
to pursue our passions.
Da,
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 da, da, da.
That's it.
I love
it.
it. That's it.
That's it. If
Most
you know,
complicated
you know.
video on the internet.
Absolutely didn't age well.
Controversial.
But that's okay.
That's it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
man.
I'm so
Welcome,
happy to
welcome,
be
welcome.
here.
Yes.
By the
same.
time this video comes out, the people will know
the people will know. What will they know?
that I am taking an extended vacation to the East Coast.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to be here for a little while.
Yeah.
Into
She's bi-coastal.
yeah, baby.
That's what it's giving.
That's what happens when
Okay.
you're a solopreneur. You can work from
Yes.
anywhere.
Work from literally anywhere.
As long as I've got my phone,
That's it.
I can run
And
my
a
business.
laptop.
A phone, a laptop, I can run my
she's
business.
good to go.
So yeah, so I'm going to be able to work from the East Coast for a little while. And so I'll be here for a couple weeks, and I'm like really excited.
Yeah.
I feel, I was thinking about it, preparing to come here, like just want to make sure I like maintain my routines and make sure I like still like
That's important.
schedule and take care of myself in the
Right.
way that I'm
Because
like,
it's too long to get off
it's
track.
a long time to get
Yes.
off track. So, excuse me. So like today I got up and tried to take Olive outside, but we have a backyard.
Tried.
So, just,
Oh, that's simple.
yeah.
and
So just
easy.
let her outside.
Yeah.
Because usually it's like you get up, you go for the walk or
For the
whatever. But I was like,
walk.
outside.
Yeah.
And then, coffee, made my breakfast. I had oatmeal and blueberries like I always do.
Oh, do
Standard.
you?
Yeah. I
Okay.
usually, not every morning. I rotate, but like that's
Yeah.
one of my breakfasts that I
Okay.
do.
Mhm.
And that's what my parents had at their house. So I was going to have that.
Oh,
So I
perfect.
tried to do like, okay, have a cup of
Normal
coffee, check my
things.
email. Like,
I'm just in a different place. That's
exactly.
all.
Like I'm still
That
taking
is
my
all.
vitamins. Are you shocked?
Yes,
Shocked.
I am.
Real vitamins. I have like vitamins I take. I
Popping
told you this,
pills.
right? I'm taking like real vitamins now.
I think you mentioned it briefly, but we didn't go
C,
deep, and we should
Fish
have.
oil,
Mhm.
magnesium.
Okay, very good.
And then I sometimes
Proud
take a
of you.
multivitamin
Okay,
when I think about it. Because I treat it like a piece of candy because it's gummy. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Oh my God, so funny. My sister, she just, I was on the phone with her the other night. She goes, Aja likes the Albanese like gummy bears,
Oh.
right? She's like, because we have a little bag here, and I was saving it, and I was like, oh, I'll give it to Aja. She's like, but because you're coming, so just give it to you.
That's so sweet.
Isn't it? I said, I was like, Aja. I was like, Sass.
Sarah, I love you.
Yeah, I said, Sass. I was like, Aja's
That's
gonna
Sass.
really. Yeah.
I love
I know you're like
that.
Sal. I was like, Sal, that's so nice.
Yes.
I was like,
so
yeah, I'll
sweet.
pick it up. I'll bring it to Aja. We'll have it on the
Yes.
podcast. Remember
Oh my
my aunt
gosh.
sent me the bag of Albanese?
So
Like,
you could try it.
everyone's so
That's
thoughtful.
so dope.
So we should have them. We'll eat them on the podcast next time I come over. We'll record.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
How funny is that? But how sweet is that? She was like, oh, can we talk about small things like that? When somebody
Yes.
thinks of you
Can
like
we?
completely out of like, not out of the blue, but
No,
like
it's a
someone, it's just kind of like an out of the
genuine-
nowhere, kind of just like a moment of like, oh, I know this
I
person
thought
likes
of
this.
her.
Yeah. Or like
Mhm.
my aunt Grace, who is an avid fan of the podcast,
Yes, and we love
who
her.
sent me the Albanese because I had never tried it.
Ship them across
Ship
the
them.
country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bought them here, put them in a box and shipped them. Not like
Yes.
even on Amazon and ship them to my house.
That part.
You know?
That part.
Or
much more personal.
Or when I made a video about how I was eating cherries on TikTok,
Mhm.
I made a video about just like
Yep.
how actually disgusting it is to spit cherry pits out.
Yeah.
Like, what way are we doing it? You know?
It
Anyway,
is what it
it's kinda
is.
gross.
It is.
Into
yeah.
a thing, into your hand, I have a little like
little
soy
cup
sauce
thing?
thing.
Oh,
And I
okay.
just put them in there while I'm eating because it's very dainty.
There's no way you have
It feels
to spit
regal.
it out. You
Yeah,
have
no,
to.
it's disgusting. It's like, oh yeah, let's
Yeah.
spit.
But cherries are so,
Oh, so good.
good.
But so my friend, her mom saw my TikTok
yeah.
I guess I posted to Instagram,
Mhm.
and my friend Corey, her mom, like ordered a cherry pitter for me and sent it to me
Oh my gosh.
on Amazon. Isn't that sweet?
Listen,
Out of
basically
nowhere.
what y'all are telling us is that we need to, the things that we want, we just need to
Where's our sponsor?
allude
No.
to them on the podcast.
Yeah, no, but it's just like
no.
it's the thought to do that
It
thing,
is,
right? Or
yeah.
to have my sister. She's like, it's a little bag. It's not like a nice bag, a big bag. She's like, but I know
that's
she
all
likes
I
them.
need because
Exactly.
if
She's
it
like, I
was a
know
big
she
bag,
likes
I'd
them.
throw up.
Isn't
because
that
I'd
thoughtful?
eat
Like
too
out
many.
of seat. Like my cousin
That's
sent me
really
out of
thoughtful.
nowhere a ramen soup bowl that she got at a maker's market, and she was like, oh, I thought
Aw.
of you because it has the holder for the noodles, for the chopsticks, like to hold them so they don't fall when you walk.
Yeah, yeah.
When
When you walk?
like if you're gonna move around, like
Oh.
you can place them.
Oh.
So because there's like 2 holes and then a scoop, so you can set them into the 2 holes across.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they can just sit there nice.
yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, I know you're always making like different ramens and different things, and which I've had to lay off of it because my LDL was high, and that was because of all the cheese I was
see.
putting in cream on them. But it is what it is. It is what it is,
Neither here
guys.
nor
That's
there.
why I'm taking the fish oil.
Yes.
But so anyway, just out of nowhere, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, she sent me something. Like it's just, and I never really thought of myself as like, I'm not like my love language isn't like gift giving or gift
Okay.
receiving. It's just not like I don't
yeah.
need things. I think it's more so just like the thoughtfulness behind it of like, I see
Absolutely.
you, I know you, like
Yes.
I pay attention to your content, or I see that you're making all these videos. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know. I think that's so like,
No, I mean there's so much behind that. It's
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. It's the thought that you cross someone's mind and the point that they went the extra mile to think of you in a way of
Exactly.
like, I want to show you this. I think you would like this.
exactly.
You know,
Like
there's
I thought about you. Like what you thought about me.
Right.
Oh my
Your
god.
soul recognized my soul.
Like,
and then you took action.
Yes.
In real life and
Yes.
went the mile. You drove the miles to the post office and you did
Yes.
like, come on.
My friend
There's a
Elliot, when
lot.
he came to visit a couple months ago, we went to this like really shishi like perfume store,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like really shishi by
Yeah.
Rito is like expensive stuff.
Okay.
And I fell in love with this one scent. I only use my one perfume.
Mm-hmm.
But I fell in love with this one scent, and I was like Googling dupes because it's so expensive. I was like, how can I find the dupe to the perfume?
Yeah.
And then he sent me the like 3-pack sample spritzes from there. Or we were
Sweet.
shopping and I found a really cute pair of sunglasses I liked, and I was like, well, I'm not going to get them. I always lose sunglasses. I'm not going to buy new
Yeah.
sunglasses. And he, for my birthday, sent them to me. Isn't that sweet?
That's very sweet.
I know. It's too bad he's gay, but it's probably for the best. That's probably why
Right.
we've worked out for so long.
Exactly. Because otherwise,
Otherwise, probably wouldn't
it
work
would've
out.
went
Yeah,
wrong somewhere.
exactly.
Yeah,
It
along the
would have
line.
gone the way of the paddleboard man.
Listen.
Oh my Lanta,
gosh, he
what a
will
mess.
become legend.
Oh.
All right.
God.
Yikes.
I know, truly. So, guys, we're here together. I'm
Yes.
so excited to be able. This is the
So
perfect place to record. I feel
excited.
like this is the most legitimate, like, every time we come
Podcast
here, it's
itch.
podcast setup for real.
I
'Cause
know.
the last time we had like a chairs and the thing in the background. This time
Yes.
we're trying the couch vibe. There's a light. There's
Our
2 sets of
studio is
cameras.
multifaceted.
The fact that you can do both sides of the room
Mm-hmm.
is pretty impressive.
Oh, wow.
So I'm and also
Well.
you have a professional for a husband. So
Yeah.
it's pretty nice. He's on the payroll.
He is. He is. He's a part of the team.
Yeah. He's a part of Ajay Moye Music. He goes to those
Yes.
quarterly
And
meetings.
those quarterly board meetings.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And consequently, he's also a part of the Regents podcast team. So
the TRP.
you know.
I got the TRP.
The TRP.
It's
It's TRP. No, but it sounds weird. He's a part of TRP.
He's a part of TRP.
That's
You know what's
okay.
funny? My friend and
part
I,
of the
we listen to
RP.
this podcast and it's called I'm Grandmam, and I'm probably sure I've mentioned it to
You
you.
have mentioned it on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't talk about anything else other than that podcast. We started messaging back and forth about it. And we just say IGM
Yeah.
because like we're not really, and I don't honestly even want to say the name of the podcast
It's a
because
lot.
it doesn't sound good if you don't have an Irish accent.
Absolutely.
So
Understood.
so if everyone wants to just start saying TRP, like respect, like it's fine.
That's what we do on the back end and our BTS.
Yeah.
Between our edits and all that.
Yeah,
It's
like
TRP.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There we go. So
Yes,
so we're together.
we are.
We typically do a quote to kick us off,
Yes.
but we haven't selected one leading into this
That's
episode.
just facts.
That's a fact, okay?
Yes. Mhm.
But maybe inspired by the time of year that I'm here,
okay.
maybe we talk a little bit about gratefulness, thankfulness.
yes.
You know what I mean? I think
Absolutely.
that's maybe
I think that's always fitting.
probably a good place to start. And I think we
Yeah.
can start with the affirmation. I am grateful. I am thankful. I got to get back on my affirmations
Oh, I love
grind.
that. Oh,
I really do
yes.
feel as though they have helped.
I'm sure it
I
does.
feel like I'm in such a good like headspace.
Oh yes,
You
Headspace.
see? Headspace, the app.
That's
Sponsor
right.
us.
Sponsor. This episode is sponsored
Brought to
to
you by-
by.
And then we have to say so that the AI that listens to this when we upload it to Spotify and YouTube,
Oh,
this is not a sponsored episode.
It's
Just
not.
quickly, so everyone, not
Gosh.
SpawnCon.
Con.
Wannabe SpawnCon.
SpawnCon.
And that's
Oh,
on
man.
manifesting.
That's it. That's a part of the affirmation.
That's on affirming ourselves.
I am a part of a podcast that gets sponsored
Yes.
by recognizable,
Yes.
reputable brands.
I am on a well-known podcast that will
Yes.
eventually get picked up and distributed by one
Yes.
of the multiple podcast media companies,
Mhm.
Dear Media or someone else.
Okay.
And we will be getting many, many sponsors, and we're going to
Yes.
go on a podcast tour.
Absolutely. And
So-
it will help to propel both of our individual careers
individually, yes.
as well.
As well
Yes.
as, so what am I grateful for? And I'm just like, and I'm going to have this, and I'm going to get that, and I'm going to get this, and I want this, and I want to be booked and busy.
Right,
And
right.
I'm grateful.
And we're grateful for what we
Super
currently
thankful.
have.
Yeah, exactly. Happy, content
with-
with where I am in life.
Yes.
Just trying to get other places too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
grateful and thankful. I think that those are things that we think about this time of year, but it's like
Mhm.
even when you go around the table at Thanksgiving, it's like, what are you grateful for? And it's like,
Yeah.
come back to me. Like, I don't know. I do think it's an interesting concept of what are we grateful for? What are we thankful for? Outside of I'm continuously grateful for good health, my family's
That's
good
top of
health.
mind. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I do feel very present in that gratitude.
Yes.
I feel like I'm very conscious of like knowing when we're in a good season
right.
familially of like everyone for the most part is like healthy, progressing. Like I feel like I'm pretty conscious of that.
Okay.
So I feel like health is good. Do you have anything off the top of your head? that,
Aside
like,
from health.
aside from health? Yeah, because I feel like we speak about health, and I think it's
Yeah.
obvious that we are grateful
We
and
are
thankful for our
grateful.
own and
But
for the
please
family.
know that we are grateful for
Yeah,
it.
putting that out there.
Yes.
We
Well,
definitely cannot handle something going wrong health wise. Not built for that.
yeah.
I'm
we
not
won't
built
even
Ford
speak
tough,
on
let me
it.
tell you. So I don't want to hear that. No thanks.
Aside from health, I would say I am grateful definitely for my relationships. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for my siblings,
Yeah.
my very good friends.
Okay, I was waiting for that. Thank you.
We're working our way. We're working our way. She's like,
It's okay, guys. You know how it is. It's
Yeah.
God, family,
see,
business.
she knows.
You know, I get it.
She
I get it.
knows. Okay.
You know, as long as people know where they are in your life,
yes.
that's better than not knowing.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
better. It's better.
I have awareness.
I know where I
Oh my
stand.
God. In one
You know?
episode, you're like, yeah, one of my very good friends. I was like, one could even say like a sister.
Yes, you did. Absolutely like a sister. Absolutely. We said just before we started recording, we're like, we're twins right
Literally
now.
twins. I said you couldn't tell us apart.
Even recognize us
Even
from
tell-
one from
I
the
said,
other.
black pants.
This
bright
was not
hoodie.
planned.
Literally, could you tell us
Bright-
apart? Not.
Absolutely not.
No, it wasn't planned at all.
Wasn't planned.
No,
We
it
just
was not
show
planned
up.
at all.
Sometimes it's just that,
Yeah.
you know.
This is my.
that
This is actually the
kismet.
outfit I had on yesterday. It's my travel outfit.
Well,
but I haven't fully unpacked.
I understand.
I haven't fully unpacked.
You're
going
gonna
to
be
get
here
my
for a
raincoat
while.
out. I couldn't even get
and
my,
it was
raining hard this morning. And I was like,
hard.
oh, I don't have time to even grab my coat because it's at the
We had
bottom
an
of my
umbrella.
suitcase. I wore a hat,
Okay, all right.
but it was just from
raining a lot.
house to the
That's
car,
true.
car to the nail salon.
I was outside today, like in the rain walking.
Really?
Yeah, because we took our nieces and nephew to school.
That's
So we
amazing. You
walked-
took them. I mean, that's something to be grateful for, is having them in like a very close part of your life,
A
proximity.
portion of my I
Yeah.
know.
Wait, that's a crazy one that you walked them to school.
Yes, one of them we were able to walk to school because she's like within walking distance.
Wow.
It was like a 15-minute walk because their little legs takes them.
I
a
know.
while.
I'd be like, hey, let's skip a couple.
let's
hop,
Auntie
skip
Aja
a
know.
little bit. Oh my god, I
Right.
love the 1, 2, 3. I'm like, let's get further down the road. Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So we walked her to school, walked back to the house, put the other two in the car, took one to her school, drove, dropped her off, then took the other one to his daycare. So we did that whole thing, and we went to
That's
sleep
so
at
fun.
2 a.m.
Oof.
When I tell you tired, but it's
That's
okay.
exhausting.
It's okay. So yeah,
But that's nice
we
to
were
have that
outside
kind
in
of-
the rain. That's why I
Ooh.
said all that to say.
Do you have umbrellas?
No. But we had on I had
Raincoats.
on my
Like
matching
real
hoodie.
raincoats.
No.
No.
But here's the thing. When we took
Grateful
my
for the
niece
weather.
to school,
Grateful for Mother
grateful
Nature.
for the rain, and this is what I told my niece today.
Yeah.
I told her one of them she's 4.
Okay.
She said, "Oh, I got a raindrop on my on my forehead," and I
Okay.
saw like the splatter on her face, and so I was like, "It's okay. Water is." What did I say? I said, "Rain is God's water." And so she's like, "Okay, all right," but
That's
it
so
was fine. But
sweet.
when we were walking to school, it wasn't.
She had the thought to say that.
No, I said
Oh,
it.
I thought. Sorry,
Imagine
I got
now. See that
a little
would
confused
be,
for a second. I was like, oh my god, she's
no,
very young to
she
say
hit,
something
it
like
hit
that.
her on the forehead, and she was like,
Oh,
"Oh
I got
no,"
okay.
like, "Oh my gosh, my forehead's wet."
Oh well, you're
And I
fine.
was like-
I think you'll be fine.
You don't have any makeup on,
I love that you came to it like rain is God's water.
right?
That's
I
so
was just like,
sweet.
"It's fine.
That's
Don't
holy
trip."
West. You've been blessed.
Because you know what it is. Side note, little tangent here. People get so hung up about the weather. Like if it's debilitating, like, oh my gosh, it's going to be 8 feet of snow outside.
Yeah, can't go outside.
Okay, we understand.
That's my favorite.
But rain, I'm just like, we're grateful for the rain. And actually,
Yeah,
the Northeast has been in a freaking drought.
I heard it's
So
like 50
we've
days
been
without
having
rain.
wildfires.
What is
Yeah,
this,
you haven't
California?
heard that? Yes, we've been
Oh,
having
my
wild. There were like
Lanta.
8 or 9 wildfires.
Oh my god.
in
Yeah, this
Jersey.
is very LA vibes. No
Thank
rain,
you, Ellyn.
wildfire.
Thank you for bringing
Oh my
the
God,
worst
love
of it.
Well, apparently it's going to
over
rain
here.
in LA now this weekend. I'm like, I just left.
Wow.
It hasn't rained since spring.
Really?
Yeah, I've not seen
That's
rain.
so
Today's the first time I've
strange.
seen rain.
Wow.
I don't think it rained when I came to visit in July.
Oh yeah, right.
My little
right,
stealth
right.
July visit that
Yeah.
not many people know about, but everyone does now.
Now you know.
But yeah, no, it was pretty dry. It was the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So,
Did it rain
But-
at all? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think it did.
I think I took Lincoln outside maybe in the rain. Now I'm confusing when. I don't know.
You're confusing trips.
Yeah, I'm starting to confuse. But yeah, no, I haven't
Yeah.
really seen rain in a long time.
That's why.
So I had to put a hat on. I was like, gotta
Yeah,
keep my
yeah,
hair because it's gonna frizz.
It's gonna poof a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's gonna get big.
Yeah.
I got a lot of breakage.
But yeah. So
That's sweet.
grateful for that.
Yeah.
This morning we got to take them out. That was really cool. And that's
Yeah.
these are the types of things, the flexibility we get to have. And they've been talking about this forever. Like, Auntie Aja, Uncle B, can you please bring us to school? Bring us to school. And I'm like, that's a very specific
That's a very specific
request.
thing to want as a kid.
I've never-
That's cute.
I don't think I ever had that. It's like,
No,
yeah, I would love
I
to
never
spend
had
the
the
night,
desire.
but they've just,
have
I
someone
want you to
else
pick
bring
me
you
up
to
from
school.
I want you to drop me at school. I can
I mean, I
understand picking
remember the
up.
excitement of being picked up by
Being
someone
picked up
else.
is great.
And like it's
Exactly.
exciting.
Oh my gosh, I get
or,
to go to my auntie's house.
yeah,
or
or like
something.
they're in a different car.
Oh,
and
man,
just like,
so exciting.
hey everyone, I'm going to my
Yeah.
aunt's house.
Right.
Like,
You don't know about my aunt.
and I'm like
She's cool.
so cool. Like
Yes.
I do remember elements of that. And then I
Mhm.
think also just with like Michael and Julie or like Shane and
Mm.
Tanner, like I definitely know I got to be that once in a while
To
for them. I
them.
mean, in my
Yeah.
mind, I was that for them. They probably
She
thought it was
thinks she's the
lame.
cool aunt.
What if they were like,
but-
that's so lame. She's such a loser. No, they
No,
wouldn't
no,
say
they
that.
weren't.
They wouldn't
They
say
weren't.
that.
They wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't say that.
No,
No.
they better not.
No.
No.
No,
They
they
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
I don't know.
No, I think that
Hope
I was
not.
the cool. I think I was cool to them.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. Ellyn.
That's
I'm
fine.
sure. I
No,
know
but
I'm
that's
cool.
so sweet that she
Yeah.
would want that they would want that. That's so adorable.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it was an early.
I'm
It was an
grateful to
early
be close
day.
by
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
Exactly, and that's
Yeah.
what. Because I do have my other niece. She's in North Carolina, so
Ah,
it's
yes.
just like
I know
I
it's
don't know
tough
what
when
to
they're
do
far.
with this.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm really grateful for is
Mhm.
being able to be home
Yeah.
and spend some really good time with Lincoln and with Aaliyah. Like actually
Right.
be here so I can actually hang
Mhm.
out. Like pick Aaliyah up from school type thing
Yeah.
and be like, let's go do something. I already
Some
told
one-on-one family time.
Julie I want to go see Moana 2 with her because she loves Moana.
When is that coming out?
Like next week. Yeah.
Is it? Oh my gosh, I loved Moana.
I got to rewatch Moana 1 though because I don't
recall it
think
either,
I've
but I
watched it
just
once.
do know that I liked it.
Yeah, I just like some of the
That's all I
songs.
got.
Yeah, I like Moana. Like
Yeah.
I like Moana. I don't really love a lot of the like kids movies.
Yeah.
'Cause I haven't seen a ton of them as of late.
Yeah.
Like I realize
You'd be surprised.
I haven't even seen Inside
They're
Out 2
good.
yet.
I haven't seen the one.
Oh, it's really good.
Okay.
The first one
What's
was
that
really
one
good.
about?
It's
Is
about
that
the
the
emotions in
emotions?
your head.
Yes,
The
yes,
thing
yes,
about the
yes.
number 2 spoiler if no one's seen it. I haven't seen it, but I know it. Is that the new emotion because the girl becomes like a preteen,
Okay.
and the new emotion is anxiety. It's a new emotion that enters the
The
brain and
sphere
the
or
sphere
whatever.
exactly.
Okay.
And how does she handle anxiety and all that? Yeah.
Mm.
I'm like, oh my god, I can relate.
All the adults and
Yeah,
everybody.
everyone's crying in the
It's for
theater.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's for
yeah.
the adults. I probably
Most times they are. Like
Oh,
these,
yeah.
they're packaged in these
they're trying to
kid-friendly movies, but they
exactly.
know that the parents are
Spoonful
bringing the
of sugar.
kids.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. How do we influence?
That's why
a
I enjoy
nation?
them. Like I watch
Mm.
these. What's the movie with Jamie Foxx? And it's a kids movie. He's just a voice. It's a piano. It's not singing.
The jazz one.
Yes,
I saw that one.
that was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it was very good.
And I'm just like, these movies are so great. Like
Yeah.
I'm out here checking
that
for
one
the
had
Disney
like
movies.
yeah, that one had like a reel that was really
Beautiful
good. The jazz
message. Oh my goodness. Like shout out to all those people who
one. Yeah, grateful for you.
grateful for you.
Thankful for that
Especially
kind of
around these
creativity.
Holidays, and we can do
Yes.
these, go to see these movies with our families.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But
Yeah, I'm very grateful. Thankfully, right now,
Mhm.
in like that there's like a family thing to do
yeah.
at this holiday time. That it's not like where are we gonna go or who's talking to who or there's drama. Like there's none of that.
Praise God.
Exactly. Like I thankfully have not really had much of that in my family growing up at all. So
Yeah.
it's like, the like, oh, we don't talk to them anymore. Like that kind of vibes. Like thankfully I don't have to
That's
deal
stressful.
with that. Yeah. So I'm really grateful because
Mhm.
I know people that have that kind of situation in their families and it's like
yes.
so stressful.
And even at holiday gatherings, right? Like
Oh.
if people come around, but maybe there's kind of like some tension. It's weird. The
Mhm.
vibes aren't right.
Mhm.
That's the thing that a lot of people deal with. That's why.
Obviously there's people you
although-
like more than others, but
But although holidays are supposed to be this,
Mm-hmm.
joyful time, you spend it with family, you get to see family you haven't seen in a long time,
Yeah.
whatever. A lot of people are so stressed out about the prospect of having to go to these gatherings
Yeah.
because they know people are going to ask about this or,
yeah.
all these other stressful
Yeah.
additives that aren't necessarily wanted.
Well, that's the thing also I think is like kind of preparing yourself for that because
Mhm.
it is a lot of energy.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of people. It's a
Mhm.
lot of personalities. And I think if you kind of
Yeah.
create an environment or create a way into the experience that's like trying to stay tethered to who you are and what you need and what's
Mhm.
going to help you be comfortable.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm not bringing Olive to Thanksgiving Day because I get really
Oh.
stressed out because there's a lot of other dogs
Everybody.
and doors are opening and closing. And it's just,
yes.
it's just a little bit like,
You probably can't enjoy yourself
No.
as much. Yeah.
no. And so I just was like, you know
Aw.
what? I'll just remove that element
Yeah.
from the equation. It
I
is
think
one that
that's
I
gonna
can
help.
control.
Yes.
And so I'll do that. And that's
That's
another
smart.
thing of like, I'm really thankful for like doing a lot of self work. I feel like I've worked on myself a ton in the last year, and like doing my the coaching and just kind of really trying to learn how I operate best.
Yeah.
And that way I can show up for other people too. So I think that's I feel
so important.
Yeah.
If we all did that,
oh,
the world would be
yeah. If more people were like me, honestly.
If the world were like Ellyn, I mean.
No, but I think it's like we do think about these things, but I think that there are people who don't. And I think
you think?
But there's also that element of like, is there like a blissful ignorance in it all? Or do they think that, do you think that they don't realize why their lives are hard sometimes?
Yes.
Yes
and yes.
She said yes. Yes.
Yep.
No, truly, because I sometimes think about it and I'm just like, yeah, like you're the problem, but you also don't know because you're not like you don't have that awareness of what's going on.
Right.
But so then there's also that like ignorance is bliss. There's like absolution in ignorance because you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. And you feel like you can't be the problem. People are not doing any introspection.
Yeah.
So
it's like
it's a multitude
I don't know.
of
It's
things.
a different way of thinking of like, there's something wrong with you versus there's something I need to work on. It's just a different way of operating. It's like, how do we get everyone to come out factory setting, thinking in others and having empathy and like thinking, if this, we know what it is. I think that if a similar situation happens to you multiple times, you do have to look at like, what's the role I'm playing in this?
Right. You would think.
You would think.
Yeah. Because that's a red flag right there. It's like, I keep finding these people who do this to me.
Yeah.
Or I find myself in this situation and outcome all the time. Let me look at myself. I'm the common denominator.
And it does, but then that's the thing I always say. I'm like, I'm the common denominator. And then sometimes you can walk away and be like, you know what? It's not that there's something wrong with me.
Right.
It's that I am like this, and that triggers this reaction from people who are X, Y, or Z.
Right.
Like sometimes, yes, I'm the common denominator, but I'm not necessarily the problem. I'm not the
problem. Right.
And that's like something you can figure out. But then I do think there's a lot of people who are the common denominator and the problem.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't think that they're the problem.
Yes. Of course.
Crazy.
Which is a problem.
Yeah. That's a problem. That's a problem. You're like,
yeah.
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
It's me.
I love that
shout
song.
Out to her for that.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Oh,
okay,
gosh.
guys, I learned a new singing technique where you have to put your like chin down so you can get more of the song.
Actively learning. Yes.
Regents podcast. I'm learning, guys, because I've not been well, so I've been like watching a lot of videos. Yeah, I've not been under the weather. I have my health though.
I am not well.
I'm not well. I mean, honestly, in many
well,
ways,
but like still. Seriously,
but I'm working on it. I'm getting well. I am well.
She is
I
well.
am healthy. I'm affirming myself to health.
That's right. We're grateful for it.
Myself to health. No, but so I watched some videos about like how to sing better. Now, just like
all she does all day is ma. Yes.
Defying gravity.
So when learning how to sing,
guys, you gotta sing out of your mouth, not your throat. Just so in case from a professional singer, from the professional singer on the podcast.
Right. It's her. She's the one. It's her.
I'll be sure to make sure I can pass along any professional tools, tips that I know. Tricks. Absolutely, yes. Well, question: can I ask you? This is off topic.
Answer.
But as a vocalist, you feel that milk causes mucus situation or no? Because they're saying it's an old wives' tale. I was Googling it. But I do think that that's like a thing. Like you're not supposed to like take in milk stuff.
I definitely do not.
Yeah, exactly. So what the heck?
So yeah, I
Science.
do feel that. I mean, yeah, that's how I was raised. A difference? I do feel a difference.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I don't think it's mental. But
no,
whatever.
Yeah,
I haven't looked at those studies. I just know what's worked for me.
What's worked for you? Okay, so steer clear of
dairy before singing.
Singing. Okay.
How
many hours, days are you thinking?
Like,
just curious.
The day.
A day. Okay,
yeah.
The day of.
So
the day of. Maybe day before.
Perfect example. This past weekend, I had a performance super early in the morning.
Okay.
The performance is at 9 a.m.
Oh, yes, you said.
If that's the case, no dairy.
No.
But even the night before.
The night before.
You know what I mean? Because it's going to affect you.
Oh,
you
for
know?
sure. It's a good thing you don't drink coffee.
So it's such a good thing.
Well, I drink black coffee, but still.
Oh yeah, you don't even do dairy.
No, I don't do. I don't do the milk and coffee.
You know, and
I do
for
milk
me,
and cereal, but it's like skim milk, so it's basically like water. So
okay,
yeah,
yeah. I do a lot of almond milk.
Oh,
but I do my dairy is like the cheese.
Yeah, that's my issue. Is cheese.
I have an issue with.
Cheese and like cream and sauces that I make because
Oh my gosh.
I like to make a sauce.
Yes,
so.
like an Alfredo.
That's my problem.
Come on,
yeah,
cheese.
The cheese. That's what the doctor. She was like, "Oh, your LDL is like a little high, but not really. So just do the fish oil." I was like, "Yeah, but I don't even eat red meat. Like I barely eat meat. I eat turkey and chicken. Like what are we doing here?" And she was just like, "Well, it comes from like animal fat." And I was like, "What?" She's like, like cheese. And I was like, oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I said, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely guilty.
I was like, okay, well, that's a problem. Can't be getting, but the Tillamook cheese is so good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and that's on sale. I buy it all.
It's on sale.
I buy all the Tillamook. I love the Tillamook. It's so good.
I think you like
not
saying
sponsored.
The name.
I know it is so much fun to say. Honestly,
Tillamook.
Kraft who?
Right, Kraft.
Kraft is crass.
Yeah.
Craft. Also, that's like a rich family here, like Heinz, Kraft, all of them. No thanks.
Yeah,
I'm not going to support you. I'm going to support the Vermont farmers up in Tillamook. Honestly, I don't know where it's from. Tillamook, like, Minnesota, maybe Midwest. Or something.
I have no idea.
Tillamook, small town USA. That's what I'll tell you.
Okay,
there you go.
Small town USA.
Small business.
Homegrown.
It's probably not. Who knows?
It's obviously
maybe they're owned by
they're
Kraft.
Maybe
they're owned by Kraft. Imagine who owns Tillamook.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
We don't
Let's
know.
just check really
Ellyn's
quick.
Checking.
I don't want to support big cheese.
You already do by buying all the products.
I know it's a problem. Tillamook Creamery, Oregon.
What would you do if you found out that Tillamook was owned by Kraft?
Well, I'm obviously continue on in my ways.
Okay, all right. She would turn a blind eye.
Turn a blind eye.
What is it called?
The blind leading the blind.
Ignorance.
Yeah, blissful ignorance.
She'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna act like I never heard that.
I never heard la 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 la." I feel okay in my
that
choice.
Information that you were so
absolutely
dying
necessary.
To know.
Super grateful for the internet. Super grateful for internet searches, guys.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Tell us.
Do you remember when we just had flip phones?
Absolutely.
Like, do you remember in college when it was like
Tetris?
You couldn't just like search any little thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember.
Like Instagram started
wow.
when I was in college.
Yeah, I think I was.
You would have already been graduated.
Yeah, I was out.
That's crazy.
Wow. It's only 10 years old?
15? No, 12 something. I graduated in 2012.
Okay.
It's 2024, so that's 12 years.
That you've been out of school.
That I've been out of school. So then that would have come around maybe like 13 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I think Instagram started like...
Yeah, because I know I had an Instagram in 2013 for sure.
And I know
Oh my
I had one a little earlier.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like, again, like I'm super grateful and thankful for like what
Gen Z
technology
doesn't know
can
a life
do.
Without that.
No.
They don't know a life where Instagram didn't exist. And
that's what I think is going to
wild.
be interesting is like the effects, because, we've lived through so many like
effects.
traumas and horrible things in our youth and grow up. But that was the news and
widespread,
slowly the internet. But imagine growing up with TikTok. I mean, imagine not being a fully formed person.
Yeah.
And having that as an influence. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a person with or without TikTok. It didn't create me.
Absolutely.
It informs me. I use it all the time. It's very helpful.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm developing my sense of self while using social media. Like I didn't have Facebook till 16 years old.
You had oh, right.
Yeah, like when it was,
You know what? I'm just like, wait. Oh, did you? Because for the longest it was only EDU.
Yeah, well, at my high school was a
EDU,
like a dot. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so
like
we had a cheat.
We had high school because I was our high school had like
something?
school emails, so you were able to do it because it was like dot whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
that's only
we were on Facebook because we had .edu. It was only meant for collegiate
college,
people, you
It's meant
know?
for hookups.
And wow, okay.
I mean, that's what Mark did at first, but whatever.
He did. That's if you watch the movie.
Yeah,
But I
obviously
think
it's true, word for word.
the real it's going to be super interesting to see how this all pans out because like you said, we were fully formed humans, and also how so much of the traumatic things that happened, or these like things that kind of shook the nation or the world before social media and the internet really took off.
Yeah.
How we were so in touch with like we remember where we were when 9/11 happened or something like that. Nowadays, when things happen, it's just like, oh, I just opened my phone, and it's very anti-dramatic.
Well, I think that's why we so quickly get over things, because in the last like 20 some odd years, so much has happened in such a short period of time.
Absolutely.
You know, I think about it, like I think about my nonni, like she's lived through some crazy stuff. Like she's lived through the Great Depression. She's lived through, you know, like Pearl Harbor. She's lived through Vietnam. She's lived through like, you know, the Holocaust. Like if you think about the times, you know, she was born in 20 something, I think.
Yeah, because she's 90 something.
How old is 90 she? Something.
Oh,
well, we do this every week.
We won't know if we don't know how old she is.
She's almost 100.
Okay.
She either was born or came to the country in 20 something.
All right. She's
Great Depression.
Lived
they had a victory. Life. They had a victory garden. So those Depression times.
Oh, wow.
So
okay,
but they're also Italian, so it's like
can't
have a garden.
We're gonna figure that out this trip. Okay,
I'm gonna ask her how old she is.
Because I am tired of her not knowing his birthday.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. Oh my God! But so what I'm saying is like she has lived through so much and seen so much. But you know, like tear down that Berlin Wall, like all of that stuff, like. But it was over a period of time,
right?
And I feel like for us. You know, growing up with the beginning of that 24-hour news cycle, there's no way to get away from that stuff. So I don't know that this is something I'm grateful or thankful for, because I do love that I can search things, and I love that information is, you know, I love that information is so readily accessible, because I like being informed.
Right.
I like knowing things. I like facts. I like to know the things.
Yeah.
However, there is that flip side where like news is sensationalized because it's 24 hours and we're trying to get views, and you know, it's everybody has access to, you know, when something happens, something goes down, like I'll go to TikTok because I know I'm going to see real-time footage of it.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to turn the news on.
Which is so crazy.
You know, it's like, and that's even different from when the January 6th thing happened, because TikTok was like prolific, but not where it is today.
Oh, right. Exactly.
You know? But I mean, you could see first people were live streaming that shit. Like it's crazy.
It's insane.
You know, so it's just interesting to see where it all has come and what it's going to do.
You know, to all of that, TikTok or Instagram, whatever it might be, Google, that is a lot of people's actual news source.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's why it's such a controversial topic now, because they want to put certain, you know, parameters around it or standards and guidelines, because it's become such a, whether or not it's true.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a free for all. It's an open platform for anyone to kind of put information out there, and some people accept it as truth, and it could be dangerous.
Yes.
We get that. So it is very interesting to see the evolution, and because we're in such, you know, an infancy stage with it, to see how it's going to look 50 years from now.
Yeah.
Or how people are going to be affected, and the turn that it's going to take, or the progression.
Oh, like, my God, yeah. The AI of it all. Like
the
what?
AI, look at how fast AI is moving.
I mean, there's
insane.
Parts of it that I absolutely love.
Oh,
and then I find super, super helpful, super useful. And then there's the concept of like taking people's voices. You know, I was very against that. You know, there's just there's parts of it that are just so concerning. But I'm like, yeah, if you can schedule my meetings easier for me, please do it.
If you can be my virtual assistant.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I need help.
I did see a TikTok where someone was like, oh, you just have to figure out like the way that we learned how to Google search things efficiently. As we were growing up, like that became a thing. Like you had to know how to research something.
Yes.
You know, instead of like how sometimes I think parents, the generation, are like the way they Google things is kind of like
they didn't
strange.
have that.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they didn't have that. So for for now, the next thing is.
But God bless Google for even accommodating them.
Oh, 100%.
Because now you don't need to know what we had to
learn.
learn.
We used to have to be like,
plus and
town
quotes.
plus da da da.
Yes.
Quote, exactly.
Yeah.
But now it's just like
you can
I
say
can
anything.
rattle off insanity and it'll figure it out.
Microphone, birthday, towel, blue. Like it could be so.
What
random.
are you thinking of? What are you thinking
no,
of?
I'm literally saying
in my mind, I'm like,
that
what could she be thinking of?
She's trying to be Google.
I'm Googling it.
I'm just saying words that I see.
Yeah.
in my
I wonder what it would
vicinity.
come up with if you searched microphone,
Probably
towel,
be like, no search
color
results.
blue. They'd be like, you're a freak.
Right. I should
Google's
ask.
like,
hold on. Okay, Google. Microphone, towel, blue, birthday. She doesn't get it. See,
she said,
now that's her.
does not
if I
compute.
went on to Google,
no, yeah, if you just typed it in, you'd probably get
I'd probably get something.
blue microphone towels
company.
and a birthday cake. Yeah.
Oh, you want a blue microphone
Oh,
on
you
a
want
birthday cake
yeah.
with paper towels
with
for the
paper
plates?
towels for the plates, blue plates,
Absolutely.
and blue paper towels.
No
Gorgeous.
problem.
Figured that out
Amazon
easily.
for $29.99.
Yeah, that's why everything's going out of business because
yes.
Amazon everything.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know that the Christmas tree shop was gone.
It's so sad.
I was driving. I was like, where did it go?
Where? The Christmas tree
Yeah,
shop.
Bed Bath's
That
gone.
was such
Christmas trees gone. What was the name of the beauty store inside of it? Inside of Bed Bath.
There was a beauty store.
Yeah, there was like a little beauty section, or like the one that was on Route 4
I
that
know
was
what you're
next
talking
to
about.
Panera.
Face
Value.
Face Value
There
or
you
something
go.
like
It's called
that.
something else when we were younger, but I used
that's
to
a
buy
New Jersey
so
thing.
many beauty things there.
Never
is
heard
it?
of that before. I came here. Yeah.
Yeah, but now we've got AI, so we don't have to think about anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I do appreciate it. But again, it's like when I was in high school, we had this software that you had to submit your papers through so that they could scan it for plagiarism.
Okay.
And my teacher said that mine got dinged for a 6-word.
How dare she?
A 6-word
phrase.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, you think 6 words out of this whole thing
this entire
was
essay.
plagiarized? She's like, well, I just have to ask. I go, this is ridiculous that you're even asking me. It's 6 words. And it was like, I'm not. And then she was the one who said this, and I'll never forget it because I thought it was very like, oh my God.
Yeah.
She's like, there's nothing original.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's been thought. Whatever. The only thing that's original is your perspective on something.
Right.
Your take of something.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, all the things have already been said. Thought. Every love letter's been written.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just different combinations of the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's your combination that makes it unique. And
Absolutely.
I was like, and that's what I said. That's what I did there. 6 words. Those 6 words.
Yep.
I said, those 6 words are mine.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry.
Or like, I was so sorry to this man. So sorry to this sentence.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget that because that kind of spawned that conversation in class. And I was like, nothing's original. I was a little bit existential for 18.
I mean, absolutely.
I was like, what?
You mean I'm not?
I was like, nothing is original. I'm not the first person.
Right.
But I do think that TikTok has actually given me more of a sense of like if you post it on TikTok, there's going to be someone that relates to it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's, I think, social
I love
media in general.
Yeah.
Because everyone has this, platform and megaphone, it's like you're not the only one that's dealing with this. Or you're not the only one someone out there.
Yes.
If it's only 2 people, there's someone.
Oh, 100%. And I think that like that's the part of me that I'm trying to get to on my own social media is being able to share more of my real self.
Yeah.
That way I can like connect with people who relate to what I'm. So that's what I actually kind of like about this live stream hosting thing that I've been doing for the plus size clothes.
Okay.
Is that I'll talk about something. I'll be like, yeah, like, and if you're ever looking for something like to cover your arms, like if that's something you ever think about, and all these women will comment like, yes, oh my God, I'm always looking to cover my arms.
Yeah.
And so then I kind of reply to that of like, yeah, it just depends on the day. Some days I'm totally confident and I don't think twice about showing my arms, and I've worked really hard at that. Yeah. And there's other days where I'm like, oh, I just really would like my arms covered up, depending on the outfit or where I am or whatever. And, I can share that and they can relate back, or I'll be like, oh, I would love to get like, this would look really good with like, knee-high boots.
Oh.
And then I was like, if you can find some that work around your calves, because sometimes that's an issue when you're plus size.
Too, yeah.
And then the girls would comment back, oh my God, yeah, the calves, oh my God, this is a good brand, they have good stretch in them, like da-da-da. And
they don't make the wide version of this
exactly
shoe,
like
blah,
I always
blah,
had to
yeah.
get I always had to get knee boots that had that little extra stretch material on the inside, just in case,
yeah
same thing, wide foot, not wide foot, whatever. And it's just interesting when you find people that can like relate to that kind of stuff,
right.
and I think
Because before social media,
Yeah.
you felt like you were
I'm the
in a
only
bubble.
alien freak
Right, because
that
everyone
thinks this or
around
does
me
this.
in my
Exactly.
small vicinity or sphere doesn't have this issue
Exactly.
or whatever.
Or isn't being open and talking about
Yeah.
this thing that they're dealing with.
Mhm.
And now I feel like with social media, everyone's just like, you can
Sometimes
find
too open.
Yeah, well,
but yes.
Yeah, you can find a lot of like community in that. So again, it's
Yeah.
like that double-edged sword.
Absolutely.
It's
definitely a blessing and a
Yeah.
curse.
I mean, I'm grateful for it because I have a career because of it.
Yeah.
There's my new career, my new angle.
You
of
have
my
a career.
But I always had a career because of
You
social
always
media.
had a
But
career,
yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Like where we've come to, and that's what I find so interesting now. Is like, I'm grateful for where we are now. God love, where are we going to be in another 15 years?
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where's AI going to be in 15 years?
I can't even imagine. I really can't, because it's moving so fast.
Yeah.
The rate at which AI is improving is like, I remember when I was working in corporate, ChatGPT was this new thing.
Yeah.
And they had to be, I worked at a place where there was proprietary information and intelligent, ideas and patents and stuff like that. And so I remember getting an email about that type of stuff. They were just like, listen, do not use ChatGPT. Like, it was blocked and everything because they were like, we have to be super careful. We're putting out products and stuff like that. We can't run the risk.
You can't share the patent with the
You can't
AI.
share the patent, or you can't also steal, because whatever ChatGPT is just pulling from what already
It doesn't
exists.
ever give you source.
It doesn't give you source, and it's not.
It gives you no
creating.
Source. No
just
source
pulling
for this
from
information.
Wide, infinite net. So it's like, you think, oh, I came up with this idea, and then I just got this little thing from ChatGPT, but that could be something that,
more than 6 words that's going to get claimed for plagiarism. There, I'll tell you that much.
And
you think that you just originally
we got to pay for
asked
it.
AI that?
Yes,
it's going to be a very interesting,
very
interesting future.
We need to make this episode a time capsule. We're going to come back to this episode.
We're going to come back
just
to it
next year. And
yeah,
we'll
the
see,
AIs that take our place for this podcast.
Right? Oh my gosh.
What's it called?
Not
the holograms.
Me. Yeah.
I just listened to a podcast where they said that they went to see the holograms of ABBA perform.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They went.
They went to a full-on concert, and they said it was great. I was like,
I can't do that.
And they were young ABBA. It wasn't old ABBA. It was them as young people.
Now, see.
What?
Exactly. What?
Like, the novelty, like when they had Tupac at that one concert, they're like, oh, he's back. Like,
I feel like a part of it is like, okay, I guess the funds from this concert is going to the ABBA estate, or, their.
Yeah. No, they're all
whatever.
alive.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they wouldn't perform. Maybe their voices are shot.
Oh,
I don't know.
So then what?
Part of me sees it as like an opportunity for artists to continue on when their instrument doesn't work the same. But then the other part of me is like, okay, but then that's also like the estate.
Your time is, I don't know.
That's like, you can't just keep making money off of people.
Yeah, that's not.
You know what I mean?
That's not cool.
Like Elvis.
I don't think I like that.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
what if you could keep seeing Elvis
like
in Vegas?
Elvis.
He was trapped there. Did you see his movie? The movie?
No, I didn't.
He was like trapped working there. He didn't really want to be there.
Oh,
I know, it was really sad.
sucks.
He was financially exploited. Later on, it was brought out that he was like financially exploited and manipulated.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to do the Vegas residency.
Wow.
He was forced.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I like that hologram idea.
I mean, I can understand that from like your perspective as a creative. Like, you don't want someone to just like, I just did some content.
Oh, I can't come to your live concert because I'm just going to go see this virtual concert.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's my thing. I like obviously couldn't be in competition. And that's where the laws and everything with like name and likeness with regards to voice is becoming a thing, because there isn't any real like legal precedent for voice yet. They're starting to put that in place because of all this AI shit. No, it's crazy. I just saw a contract come through for one of this clients, and they're like, oh, and one of the like bullets was like, using like your image, voice, and video indefinitely.
Wait, say that one more time. That's what they said.
Yeah.
they would want to use your image,
And I was
voice.
like,
Oh,
that feels
definitely
not like a thing I
not.
would want you to do.
No.
No, thank
Your
you.
image, your voice, and video indefinitely.
For any express use needed by the
Oh,
company.
no.
I was like, whoa.
Absolutely not.
Hey now. Hey now.
No.
That's a crazy clause you got
That
there.
is.
I don't like that clause.
Yikes.
I only sent them 4 videos, so it's okay. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
Yeah.
if I was working with them in any more like a serious capacity.
And that contract exists. So you would be like, okay, in 2042, yes, use it.
Well, that's what's so funny is that like when somebody gets famous and they've been doing like UGC content, then out of nowhere that company's just like, yeah,
oh my gosh,
yeah,
we
yeah.
got her. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd be like, cease and desist, bitch.
Yeah.
And then now I'm gonna have my big time lawyers come after you.
And he's gonna rework this whole thing.
Yeah, he's gonna change this up. You can't do this. Yeah, very interesting that you can yeah.
And I feel bad for celebrities and artists, you know, who are big today with this whole like AI. Like, let me tell you, I was on YouTube and, you know, my algorithm popped up with something and it said, I forget the name of the channel, but it was something about Beyonce, right?
Okay.
And so back in the day, you could get a lot of like find a lot of unreleased studio sessions or whatever, like if it leaked or whatever. And
yes,
you know, you're excited to hear like the stuff that didn't make it on the album or whatever. And then they would get removed, whatever. But this new channel had songs, and so I listened to one and I was like, it sounded like Beyonce, but it did not. The lyrics just weren't where they needed to be.
Oh,
you know? And so I was just like, huh. And then I recall reading her interview with GQ or whatever.
yeah.
And she said, I heard a song that they said was by me. And she was like, it was scary to me how much it sounded like me.
Yes.
And I was just like, you know, that's so crazy for an artist today who's already big. So someone could easily just be like, oh, did you hear this song that so-and-so put out and they said this? And then it becomes this widespread pandemonium or whatever for, you know.
Well, that's what happened with the whole like Drake, the guy, someone was putting out like Drake songs.
Yeah.
Like we had when I was at Make, we had like Drake It, and it was like little stupid bits, and that kind of picked up some traction. But like there's a guy who was like really perfecting it and was really releasing them on Spotify and stuff, and people were like, oh, this is Drake
track.
Like the lyrics, the line, like everything. And it was like, it's not me.
That's
like cease and desist. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
So tough. That's when AI goes wrong.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example.
That's my opinion, is like, don't steal like from a creative perspective. Like
absolutely.
How about we don't steal from creatives?
I think yes. And I think it's perfect for, you know, efficiency's sake. And it does suck in that regard too, because then you have people whose entire jobs are being depleted.
Yes.
Because of like, okay, well now we have, you know, intelligence to do this and we don't necessarily need it. So it's not just like, oh, creatives, leave us alone. It also sucks even when you talk about from an efficiency or a business standpoint.
Yeah.
People lose jobs. So there's kind of, again, a double-edged sword. But whenever we take the human element out of it, and I think the difference between like a creative standpoint, from a creative standpoint to an efficiency standpoint, is that if you didn't have to interject any of yourself into a process, then that's where it's not entirely maybe and I don't mean to sound like tone deaf or, you know, about any of this, because I know people at one time I had jobs that were like that as well. But it's just like, if there's nothing that requires any of you in the job, then it's probably very much like it's replaceable quickly.
Well, I talk about this with my dad. He was like, I for sure see, I mean, he's like about to retire. Yeah. But he's like, oh, I know that my job will be done like by the robot, by internet. Like my role will be completely gone at some point. Amazing. He's like, it's just like not. He's like, it's necessary now because we're not there, yet. He's like, but we're very close. Yeah. If these industries actually invested in the tech to do my job online, click, he's like, that would be it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I feel like cannot be, I feel like if you work in construction, you're good. Because at some point they'll have like these huge machines or robots to do certain things.
Yeah, but everything has to be like overseen or managed.
It has to be.
You know, like even like the people that are doing like the 3D printed houses or like 3D printed wood house, like all this different stuff.
First of all, what?
Like where it's like a machine that like, it's a concrete house where the machine is building the house, but it's 3D building it. So it's going around and round and round.
A full house?
In layers of concrete.
Where are they doing this?
I saw it on TikTok.
Okay.
I've seen some videos about it on TikTok. But so anyway.
Is it real?
Like there is like oversight.
Yeah, there's
you know
oversight,
what I mean?
but
there's not like
not the
bricklayers
same.
anymore.
There aren't.
Do you know what I mean? Like
anymore?
a bricklayer.
There
like
aren't.
there are, but I'm not saying that they're gonna run low.
Like masonry's gone.
Masonry is disappearing, I would say, for sure. People don't build as much with bricks anymore.
I'm about to build a house with bricks. Okay.
I'll just like watch me take up masonry.
Watch me.
She's on me the last of the masons.
Isn't that the Little Red Riding Hood?
Hashtag
The wolf
Freemason.
he didn't blow that down.
Oh really?
With the bricks, right? Isn't that the one? Is it Little Red Riding Hood?
Is Little Red Riding Hood with a wolf? Or is that Goldilocks? No, Red Riding Hood is the wolf. No,
I don't know.
Yeah, Little Red
Goldilocks
Riding
with the
Hood.
3 bears.
Yeah, Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
So the
Huff and Puff, I'll blow your house down. Red Riding Hood.
And he had like the.
But what's the thing about? Was there pigs in that story too? I feel like that.
Why don't we recall?
Where's these? Yeah, where are these?
Because
like
they built the house and it was like 3 different materials.
Yeah, one was made of.
And
one was made of like sticks and wood or paper, and one was made of brick. And he
he
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. Yeah. I remember telling this story to like the kids in my family.
Yeah.
Like I'll blow.
I need a refresher.
And they had my little cousins had like a little like kitty tent, that you play with in the house.
Yeah.
And like a little fake like pop up cloth house type thing.
Yeah.
And you'd go above it and you'd be like, I'm gonna huff and I'm gonna puff and I'm gonna blow your house, and you'd shake the house,
Right.
I'd be like, it's a tornado, and like shake the house while they were in it. Oh my God.
Cute.
I can remember that stuff so clearly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
even
man.
myself, like being a little kid and my older cousins doing that like with me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah. It's like all that
memorable.
kind of stuff does that start to disappear if we all just live so like online or in our computer? Yeah.
Absolutely,
I'm not sure.
It does interfere.
Yeah.
Then at one point, when we couldn't remember the story, I was like, "Oh, let's just ask Google to tell us the story of Little Red Riding Hood." And I'm sure it could. And I bet you there's somewhere out there is like a parent who couldn't be there at night, and it's just like, okay, Alexa or whoever, tell little Johnny a nighttime story.
But
tonight.
no, but what would be crazy if you were like do it in my voice. Yeah.
Of course they can do that. I think they can probably do that now.
Oh, I should take a quick picture of the setup.
Okay.
Like from our perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Give us 1 second, guys, while I'm
Please
editing.
hold.
Hey, Ellyn, you're editing this right now. How's it feel? How are you feeling? Could you
No.
imagine? Could you imagine?
I
Photo
can, actually.
5.0.
Unfortunately.
Okay, and then I'm going to do one of us. I love it. Okay,
Aww.
back to the podcast.
Yes.
So, what are we grateful, thankful for with regards to technology? A lot. Also
Yes,
terrified.
So much.
So
Yes. That too. Both things can be true.
Yeah,
both
we're showing our age. We're like, we're both also just pretty scared of what it's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. Yeah.
It's
did you see the robots? The Tesla robots that just came out?
No.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God.
What?
Kim Kardashian just posted like a whole photo shoot with her Tesla robot. And the way that she's like acting with it, she's acting like it's like a male model in the photo shoot. So she's holding hands with it.
Are
She
you
was sitting in
serious?
its lap in the car. Yeah. I was like, girl.
What?
Girl. I was like, oh, my God.
What are they supposed to do? I don't understand.
The men are going to be scared. That's what they're going to be. If Kim Kardashian starts dating a robot.
They're already scared, the men.
Yeah.
Because, this whole feel of like, oh.
Like lacking
males,
necessity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which men we need you. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
JK.
I'm just joking. As long as you're unproblematic, as long as you're unproblematic to women and other people, other folks. As long as you're not problematic.
For anybody.
Honestly, it goes for any human being.
It goes for any human.
Any human being. As long as you're unproblematic.
Right.
I mean, that's all in the eye of the beholder, though. What's problematic?
What's problematic?
Because me existing is problematic to someone else, but them existing is problem. Well, I don't think anyone existing is a problem.
No.
But yeah, that's an interesting concept.
It is.
But yeah, so the robots, the Tesla robots, By Sir Elon.
Gosh, I don't. Sir Elon.
King Elon at some point is going to be
Chill.
He literally
Not
took
here.
up a residence at Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago. Have you heard of this?
I heard that he's been in Mar-a-Lago, but I haven't heard that
The
he.
man will leave. They did a family
But
photo and
Melania?
him and his kid were in it.
Really?
Yes,
Because Melania
Trump
won't
family
leave.
photo.
She won't leave Mar-a-Lago.
Oh,
I don't even think she's gonna leave.
I don't think she's
in
gonna
January
go to the White
20th.
House. Yeah.
Yeah, because she wasn't there last time. Okay,
She
was
was
like,
I'm
I'm good on this White
I'm
House.
not interested.
I'm fine.
She's
Me and
like,
my
I
son
have to
are
do
gonna
all
be
the
over
Christmas
here.
stuff.
In the book that she just released, she released a 16-page book.
What?
A picture book.
A
The fact that I'm
16-page
calling it a picture book. She released a 16-page photo album of her behind the scenes of the campaign or whatever. And people think it's kind of it's tone deaf because that's what people are saying, because they're just like, okay, first of all, 16 pages and it's some exorbitant amount of money, I guess, for the normal person. And they're just like, it either says that you're not, but I don't know if the proceeds are going someplace or whatever.
I would hope she can't make money off of that.
I would hope a lot of the proceeds 100% would go to something like that, because then they're also like, okay, if it's $500, I don't recall how much it is. It's like, one, this is a lot of money for 16 pages. I would expect a little bit more. And two, is it only 16 pages because
she was
is that
there?
all you right?
She was there
from all the campaigning. 16 pages. Okay.
All
right,
my God,
girl.
that's crazy.
But, yeah, interesting.
But
these robots, I think, in regards to us,
what are they gonna do? What are they for? I don't understand.
The Tesla ones?
Yeah, the robot.
You
what's
told
the point?
me. I didn't even know they
What's the point of a
existed.
robot?
I have no idea.
Are they gonna help in our house?
If
That's
they can
what I
clean
would
my
want.
house, get me one.
Clean my house, fold my
Somebody,
laundry,
please.
cook dinner,
do all the things I don't want to
all
do.
that stuff. I would appreciate.
Oh my gosh, cook me dinner. Please.
Oh my God, if I could literally be
find meals
this is my
for me and
menu.
Brandon.
This is my menu. This is what I want. Go to the store, order it all, have it delivered, cook
Instacart.
it, prepare it.
Yeah.
Without it being any more expensive than me doing it all.
That part.
Because she's not a real human, I don't have to pay it.
Hello.
Maybe you just pay for the
You
service
pay for
to
the
keep
actual
the robot up and running and upgraded.
Well, you have to pay for the robot, because if they're in your house, where you can't, unless you could rent a robot. Girl, are you okay over there?
Yeah, no, I always have eye issues.
She's
I'm
digging
always
in her
rubbing
eyes.
my eyes, guys. You see it on the podcast all the time. There's always
oh man,
just something in my eye.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's did you ever see the movie Smart House? The Disney
I was
Channel
thinking
movie?
about that while we were talking.
Yeah, that kind of
with the
concerned
lady
me.
from Married with Children.
She was the robot? See, I couldn't
Yes.
remember who was the robot
Yes.
or who was even in the movie, to be honest. I just
Smart
remember the
House.
movie.
Disney. It was a Disney made-for-TV movie.
Oh, I loved the Disney made-for-TV movies.
Oh my gosh, on those Fridays or whenever they premiered, amazing.
Was she in love with the dad? Was he a single dad or something? I remember. I think I
don't
got
recall.
mascara in my eye. That's why it's itchy.
Oh.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know,
didn't
but she
remember it
took
being
over.
her.
Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
I think it was a single
I
dad.
love those movies.
And she was
trying to
be the mom,
be in love
or
with him or some.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Crazy.
But Smart House back in the day, we have those houses now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah,
out
my
to
sister has a
Disney.
fridge that'll tell you time to order
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
I won't even let my Alexa
Yeah,
do any of my
remember that's
ordering
Echo.
for me. Oh,
yeah, because we have
I won't do it.
our niece. I should
Oh,
say that.
yes. I
Yes.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's so funny. Yeah, because my aunt is also named that. And I'm
Mhm.
like, that's got to be difficult.
yeah.
I wonder why
It's
these
dumb.
companies pick the names that they pick for the things. Siri
Right.
is obviously
Siri's kind
a
of
more uncommon name. I mean, in
Yeah.
another culture that might be a popular name.
right.
But in America where it was created,
Yeah, but
it's
Alexa.
not. But Alexa
those
is
are millions of
yeah.
people's names.
what was I on where it's ask Rufus. I'm like, the frick?
Rufus. Google makes sense. That's the name of their product. It's the name of
Yeah.
their brand. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Honestly, why is
Rufus.
everyone calling everything anything other
Don't
than
give
the
it
name
a
of the
human
company?
name. Thank you.
Be okay, Amazon or Amy.
Well, no, that's too
Yeah,
common.
but even Amazon, AM. Okay,
Am.
Amazon. Okay, Zani. Come up with a fake
Zani.
name. Okay, Zani.
That's
come
right.
up with a fake name.
Come on,
that's
Zani.
Google's not even a real word. It was just misspelling.
Was it?
Yeah, they wanted to name the company like it's a
Goggle?
mathematical number. Google is like a mathematical measurement,
Oh, didn't
and
know
they
that.
wanted to name it that, but they spelled it wrong on the
The
paperwork for the
application.
business. Yeah,
What?
so it's Google.
So what was it supposed to be?
Google.
How do you spell that?
I think it's like Gogel,
Let's go.
like Google, maybe
Gogel?
Google,
Was it
Google,
2 O's?
something like
That's
that.
goo.
Maybe it's they put the maybe it's like Gogole, like Google,
Oh, okay.
and it was
And it's a
Goog.
mathematical
Yeah.
See? A happy
Marketing.
mistake.
Marketing class at the University of Hartford.
Wow, look at that.
A+ education.
A plus. A
Dropping
plus.
facts 12 years later.
Yes.
Oh my
Wow.
God. I did see
Wow.
that someone posted in the Hartford like alumni group
Mm-hmm.
a picture from Spring Fling 2008. Gym Class Heroes performed.
Oh my
And
gosh.
can I tell you, that was this
That's
weekend.
huge.
My parents drove me up to Hartford to do one last drive through. I was like, I think I just need to like see to be sure.
Yeah.
So we drove through the campus
Yeah.
on Spring Fling
Spring
weekend
Fling
before they
weekend.
had you can't come on like without
Oh.
an ID or a purpose. Yeah.
Okay.
So we just drove through Spring Fling weekend and I saw people sitting in kiddie pools and partying. And
You
it was
were
like,
like, this
there was
is
like a
it.
mechanical bull. It was like a whole thing. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
surprised that didn't make me say no because I was not like a partier.
Yeah.
So I was surprised, and I was like, yeah, I should go here.
This is for me.
Yeah, I need to come to the school.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that.
Isn't that funny? It was
That
Spring
is.
Fling.
Oh.
So I didn't get to see Gym Class Heroes perform, but
Wow.
I was there the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Isn't that wild?
Because I was probably getting ready for a round.
I know. You're probably doing rounds.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Well, that would have been... No, you were 2 years above me. You would have been a sophomore.
Mhm.
Where were you an RA
Regents.
sophomore? The whole time.
I'm a regent through and through.
Through and through.
Okay.
When they tried to make me not a regent, I quit.
As you should have.
Yeah.
So you're a regent. Through
I'm
and
regent
through.
through
She
and
said,
through.
all I do is regent.
All I do is
Regents.
regent, no matter what.
All I do is regent.
I was trying to really get it to. I was like, there's no way this is gonna work.
I just gotta end it right there.
Yeah, all I do is regents, no matter what. Walking on my rounds, I can never give up. And every time I step up in the building, fire alarms
residents
go off.
And they say that
See, I need to get writing credits on this next album. Look at me. I'm a
she's
genius.
working her way in the
I'm
studio.
working hard, guys,
Okay?
every single week, as the Brits call it.
Because the sessions have
grafting.
started. The songwriting sessions
Yeah.
have started. And you're here.
And
so
I'm here.
let's do
Oh my
it.
God, invite me in. I'm a
You're
creative.
in.
I'm a creative.
She
I
got
have
in.
fun
She got in.
with words. I have
Okay.
fun with language.
We know that you
I
love
do not
the
allow the
English language.
confines of what is AB3, AB
Yeah.
through Z.
Yeah.
I don't let that stop me, okay?
That's right, girl.
What's in Merriam-Webster's is a starting point,
That's
okay?
right.
Have fun
It's
with
a
it.
starting point.
It's a starting point.
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
I
love that.
honestly, I just feel like playing with words is like, or coming up with like crazy sayings or pronouncing things
Mhm.
weird. It just makes life so much more fun. And when I see it in media, or I see it in another podcast, or see it in a TV show or whatever,
Yeah.
I feel so
I
validated.
feel seen.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's how I play. Like, that's how I feel. I come up with
Yeah.
crazy phrases and words, and I
I
like
mean-
lean into Yiddish a lot. I'm not Jewish, but I
Wow.
have a good time with it.
But I have a good time.
I'm all about it. Don't let the languages die.
Right. Exactly.
You know? I love
Yeah.
it.
So Ellen's grateful for the English language.
I'm grateful for all the
And-
languages.
Yeah, that's right. Actually,
all the
for
las,
all the
las
languages.
idiomas. My Spanish.
Amen. And
My
that's
Spanish.
I had
and
to use
that's
some
all
of my
Spanish.
Spanish last night.
Did you?
Yes, I did. It was great.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, that is a goal of mine. I would love to. When we went to Mexico earlier this year,
Yeah.
I was like, I spoke to one of the gentlemen in one of the stores that we went into.
Wow.
And he was like, you're really good. He said, you just spend like a couple months. It's like, you'll be fluent. I was like,
Oh
see what
my
I'm saying?
God.
I have to go. And
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I remember, and I'm sure he probably remembers this. My former boss at my last corporate job, he said, I told him one time, I don't know what we were talking about because he was fluent in
Yeah.
Spanish. And I said, man, I just want to spend like 6 months in a Spanish speaking country.
Yeah.
So I could like really immerse myself into the language. And he was
Yeah.
like, okay, good luck with that. And I was like, no, I'm going to do that. And so he was like, I'd like to know when. And I was like,
You should.
No comment. Well, I was working then, and so he was
You're
like,
yeah,
"When are
send
you
me
gonna
abroad.
leave?" Yeah.
You're like, just wait and
But
see when I
yeah,
leave.
just wait
Just you
for
wait and
it.
see. I mean, I think the language thing is like, I don't know. I was making this joke. Oh my God. Again, doing crazy things while I'm walking Olive.
Mhm.
I just talk out loud to myself
Yeah.
and come up with jokes. Honestly, a lot of the jokes in my joke notes are
The joke note.
my joke notes are from when I'm walking Olive.
Yeah.
And I was coming up with this joke about like, you know, widening the dating pool by speaking another language, you know, like breaking the barriers.
Oh wow.
And then I was coming up with this like kind of raunchy jokes based on those words.
Yeah.
And I was like, those are jokes for someone, not for me. I just wouldn't tell those kinds of raunchy
but
jokes.
you could write that for
but
someone.
I was writing it for someone. I was like, wow, that's so incredible. Like that's how writing for someone else works.
Isn't that?
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
You know? And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh wow, like I need to be in a writer's room, I think.
I think you do.
So I'll play around, hang out in yours, and help out.
Yes.
Maybe I'll
yes.
just, you know, whatever. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I don't know
I don't know what I'm gonna
expected.
do,
But like, I love the idea of just like, you
just
know, being in a
experimenting
writer's
and
room
playing.
and like playing and like, and then they do this. And then, you know, I've always said that I got these ideas for like these stories based on all the books that I've been reading.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I should really just sit down one day and like just start like creating a structure for one. Self-publish, become extremely famous online for my fan fiction.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Listen, sounds like
I mean, I had a very vivid dream this morning that could turn into a book.
Okay. Don't tell it here.
No, obviously not. You guys are going to steal my ideas.
Steal it.
The Regents fam, don't steal my shit.
Don't do it.
I won't be grateful or thankful.
I won't be thankful for that.
I will come to your
okay?
house. I will come to your house. Well, guys.
Oh, man.
Welcome to our East Coast era.
Yes.
This is the East Coast era of the podcast. I do feel like saying era is the most difficult word for me.
Really?
I feel like I am speech impedimenting all over the place.
Oh my gosh, there was another word. I can't remember what it was. It might have been era.
Era?
Before, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the last time I talked about it because I feel like
yeah.
I'm actually having a speech. Every time I say
it sounds
era.
right.
Era?
You're saying... I think you're putting like too much... Era? Era?
It sounds like, you know what it is? It sounds like how some of the moms when I was younger from like Brooklyn and stuff, they'd be like, you know, when you say error, they'd be like era.
Okay, gotcha.
Also I have to say, when I was in college, the guy that I was dating at the time, he always used to pretend he was DJing. He'd be like, "Ebra, ebra." That's what I think of.
That's why you're
He'd
so
be like,
confused.
"Ebra, ebra."
He messed you up.
Yeah, he really did. I really have to be like, thanks a lot.
Right, because now I can never say Taylor Swift era.
Yeah, like, oh, she's on the Eras tour. Like, if I say it quick and just with an S, it makes sense. Like, oh, Eras tour, Eras tour. But I'm like, oh, when I'm in a different era, I'm like, Ebra. I'm like, Ebra. I'm in my East Coast Ebra.
That's the only way she can say it.
I'm in my East Coast Ebra. It's like Rev Ron, who he'd be like, have you seen the kids? They have these like kiddie turntables where you can like learn to mix and be a DJ, but for kids, like tykes.
Well, thank God, because a lot of these people are not even really DJing anymore. They're just like pressing a button.
No, that's how I would DJ. But you know what? It would be a sick playlist.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
I love the way that you said that because it looked like it was going to be like, oh, okay. But it was like, oh, no, we know you'd have a good
know you'd have a great playlist.
Yeah. You know, let's not go off on a Taylor playlist tangent. I have to cut out 15 minutes every time I talk about music. It's so annoying. You see that? I cut it out every time because it's so fucking annoying.
Oh, well, we have to keep.
Well, some of them some of it I keep in, but sometimes I'm like, Ellyn, you could have stopped 10 minutes ago. You have not stopped, and you're so polite and kind to me about it because you're like my friend, and you like, you know, this is something that excites her, and I'm watching it, and I'm just like, she gave you 3 outs, Ellyn, and you still didn't notice them. You didn't know. I didn't know. Like, truly.
Didn't notice. It went right over
my head. You know what I'm saying?
Gosh.
It's funny to watch conversations back.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, you watch it because, you know, like, you
like, I bet for you, I'm sure you're missing social cues left, right, and center, Ellyn.
Because the raw footage.
No, honestly, I barely cut anything anymore.
Okay.
We do a pretty good job. I mean, there's obviously times where it's like, you know, we're going to cut this or something. We say that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there isn't, like, we're not I'm not editing us.
Yeah.
Like in
right.
that significant of a way, other than like
That's great.
the last episode, there was the little earthquake shake.
Oh, yeah.
I cut it, the whole earthquake section, and
Mm-hmm.
just put it at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was like, it was disruptive.
That's the one you just did?
Yeah, that's up on YouTube right
Okay.
now. So
Right,
it was like disruptive. So you guys will see at the end of episodes, if you haven't noticed already, we add that little extra something at the very end.
Right.
I always try it to have it be its own unique
little
thing that's
Yes.
either a continuation of a previous joke
Mm-hmm.
or just something that would have gotten
something
cutting
random.
room floor, you
yes.
know?
Yes.
And so the shaking of the camera,
mm-hmm.
and then like 2 seconds later, I'm like, you're like, what do you hear?
I'm like,
Because
what's
it's
going
usually
on?
it. You're
Right.
like, what do you hear? And I'm just like, I think it was an earthquake.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, just a little shaky shake. Like
Just a little Shake Shack.
You're like, I could see on your face, you were just like, that's not normal. Like, you're just like, it's an earthquake. And I was like, that's not a big deal.
Because I just remember for us, April 6th. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh
Forever in your brain. April
gosh.
6th. I love how you even know the name.
I
date.
do.
I'll never forget.
I'll never forget.
Where I was, April 6th.
Because
People are
I
like, what do you
didn't
mean
have
April
my
6th?
phone.
Oh.
I didn't have my phone because, well, I
couldn't
had my
access
phone,
the internet.
but I was
What did you
performing.
think was happening?
I don't know.
End of days.
I told you. I was singing.
No,
I
didn't
sing.
know that.
Oh my gosh, girl. I was singing in a church that
Best place to be if that was the end of the world.
Best place, but also very scary.
Yeah.
So I was literally like on the altar, like doing a
You're like,
sound
oh my
check.
God, they're going to do a human
And
sacrifice right here.
But everything started shaking and it was really, really loud.
Get
Super
out of
high
here.
ceilings. And so we're all like, now mind
It's
you,
marble
my
and stuff. That's
client,
scary.
my client, it wasn't marble. It was all like wood.
Oh,
wooden.
okay.
My client was from Cali. They were visiting
like,
from
whatever,
client,
it's fine.
from Cali. And so she and her daughter were like, I think that's an earthquake. And I was like, well, y'all would know better than I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what is that? So the people who worked at the church came out and they were like, oh, no. They're doing construction like next door. She was like, no, that was an earthquake. We know an earthquake.
Yeah.
Everything started shaking. And I'm
Yeah.
just like literally standing there in the middle of the altar.
You're like,
Like,
Ave Maria.
Right.
Oh my God.
His eyes on the sparrow. Like, I mean, wow. But it was so afterwards, you know, and I had bad service.
Wow.
So
really?
my parents and everyone were trying to call me because they had read or heard
Yeah.
whatever magnitude it was in New Jersey, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then we felt the tremors later that night. I was upstairs in the office. I was just like,
It's crazy. Well, because it starts to become this thing where you're like, I saw this like funny like joke about Californians, whatever. And it's just like, they're doing a bunch of different stuff. Oh yeah, I was on the 405. Oh, I did this. And then it's like, it was just like quiet and go,
yeah.
Did you feel that? Like that.
Ooh.
Like, it's just like, it's constantly like that. Cause
Yeah.
you constantly do feel little tremors.
Yeah.
And then you're starting to think, is that me? Am I tremoring?
Am I
or is the house
traumatized?
Like, yeah. Am I starting to like imagine it?
Yeah.
So I keep my Brita on my island filled with water.
All right.
And when the water moves,
oh, that's how you
that I know. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not crazy.
Oh, wow.
If it just sloshes a little, then you're like, oh, okay.
It's a little thing.
Because like where I grew up, if a truck went down our street, the house would shake.
Okay.
So like, it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just a truck outside. Like, it's construction
next door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's a different feeling.
feel.
Yeah. It's
and
a different
it was,
feeling, and everything is moving.
I had never felt.
Since I lived in my apartment, I had one big one.
Okay.
One big one where I was like, it went for probably like 20 seconds, 15 seconds,
That's
20
a long
seconds.
time.
Yeah. But after that, you know, you just like, you just kind of sit there and you're just like, okay,
just like, wow, what
and
happened
my
here?
balcony doors, they like sway, they shake. So there's like, yeah. So it's
Californians,
like, what's going on?
It?
Yeah, but it's because it's just like there's no prep, there's nothing that happens after the fact if nothing bad happens, thankfully.
Yeah.
You know, it just kind of is like just keep moving.
It just has to, run its
You look
course.
outside and everyone's just like, nah, whatever.
Yeah. There's no like huge split in the ground.
Yeah. And I live in a tsunami zone. So like if at the ocean, you know?
I know.
So if like a tsunami
that sounds crazy.
I know, it does. Doesn't it sound crazy?
I'm
There's
in the
literally like
tsunami
tsunami
zone.
evacuation signs everywhere.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been a tsunami over there?
I'm unclear.
Okay.
Not sure.
All right.
I feel like I'm like
blissful ignorant.
Yeah, I'm blissfully ignorant.
I'm gonna say no.
Blissfully unaware about the about it, but I'm on the third floor.
Okay.
Of like a built up outdoor area.
Okay.
So like there's lower places down in my complex. So I'm at the highest peak of
That
the
you could
complex
be.
that you can
Okay.
be. You know, penthouse life. So
Hello. Top floor, baby.
in a studio apartment in the corner where I can hear a
Doesn't
baby
matter.
crying.
Top floor penthouse. Top floor is top floor.
Top floor is top floor.
Okay.
You know?
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, that's been fun.
We're
Guys,
just talking
we're gonna go.
now.
Yeah, this is literally how this goes. That's what's happening.
Let's go.
It
Yes,
becomes really
exactly.
comfortable and we just chit chat. That's how the podcast got started.
That's how it's
Okay, so we're in our East Coast
era. Era. Say it with us, guys.
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Absolutely.
Let us know if you like this
always.
setup for sitting together in person.
Yes, indeed.
And guys, this is so fun. I'm excited to be here. This
I
is
know.
so
I'm
fun to
so
do the
excited
podcast
you're
this
here
way.
in person.
I know. Look at us in our like, what are we? A
What is
Sprite?
this, a Starburst?
Oh my God, what are we, Starry? Are we Starry, the new
Are we
rebranded
Starry?
Sierra Mist?
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, guys,
Yes.
let us know what kind of drinks you drink in the comments.
Please
Thanks
do.
for being here with us. We love doing the podcast
We sure do.
together. This is so
Yes.
fun.
Yes.
Okay,
indeed.
well, thanks so much. Should we do a big bye?
Okay, bye.
Bye. The Regents podcast. The Regents podcast. I told my parents that I was down by the water and I had a flashlight when I walk Olive at night. So I was flashing the light into the water.
Yeah.
And I reenacted the scene from Titanic where they were picking the
my
bodies
gosh.
out of the water. And I was like,
That's what you chose.
come about. I'm like doing this. I'm like, we're too late.
Just you and Olive.
Keep looking. Keep checking them.
Just her by herself.
Just by myself, 10 o'clock at night on the water in the marina. I'm just like,
Out loud. Like,
yeah,
keep
well,
checking.
like quiet loud,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like to me, just me and Olive.
Keep
Because I was down on a deck. I was like,
Okay.
keep checking them,
No, we're
keep
fine.
looking.